the trailer park birthday party that Donald Trump threw for himself at taxpayer expense, while also still somehow managing to enrich himself by being the company that actually gets the money from the event. So, that's good for him to steal more tax dollars from us to put into his crypto venture. But yeah, we lost money on that as taxpayers, and he gained money. But it was after the event that something apparently wasn't sitting right with Donald Trump. At 4 a.m. Monday morning, 3 hours after the festivities had ended, Donald Trump got on Truth Social and had a bit of a meltdown. Apparently, his big, boring birthday bash wasn't as fun as he wanted, so he was in a real bad mood. And he said this on Truth Social. The Dumocrats want FISA because that's what they used to go after me for 3 years during my first term. I'm against FISA if it doesn't come with the Save America Act, full version. Firmly attached to it, Make America Great Again, the Save America Act. All voters must show photo ID, identification. All voters must show proof of citizenship. No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. No men and women's sports. No transgender mutilization surgery for our children. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Boy, a lot to unpack from his little meltdown. First of all, I still cannot get over the fact that nobody else is pointing out that he thinks he just came up with the name Dumocrats within the last month, but he's literally been using it for years. But he just came out like last month or so and said, oh, we've come up with a new word. It's Democrats. And you drop the B and you add a... He's been saying it for years. You can actually go search on his Truth Social and you can see that he has used it for years. But his dementia, which he definitely has, I firmly believe he definitely has it, has caused this confabulation, which is what it's called, to where he thinks an old idea is actually new because he doesn't remember that he did it. And by the way, Democrat is something that's been used for decades in the United States. He didn't even coin it years ago. So anyway, there's that. And I wish more people would be pointing that out because you can go to his Twitter feed and his Truth Social feed, search that name with the B in it, and it's there because he's been using it for years. He just doesn't remember because he has dementia. Second thing, he says that the Democrats are one in favor of FISA. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but I was out of town and I still saw the Democrats all voted against FISA. And a couple Republicans joined with them to defeat it in the House. So it was actually the Democrats who were against FISA, Donald. Like you're completely ass backwards on that. Second of all, they used FISA to go after you for the first 3 years you were president in your first term. Can we have you elaborate on how the Democrats use the power that is reserved for the executive branch when you were in charge of the executive branch? Huh? Anybody going to poke a hole in that logic there? That the Democrats used the federal government that Donald Trump controlled to spy on Donald Trump, even though he was the one who controlled the government? Huh. Weird how nobody's like poking any holes in this dementia man's logic here. Another thing that drives me crazy, I shouldn't have to be the one to say these things because everybody else in the media should have already said them. The article, that I'm reading his quote from probably should have pointed that out too, but they didn't because, who's got time to debunk all of the lies from this crazy madman? And the answer is all of us. We all do. It is a shared responsibility. But sometimes some people don't do the job they're supposed to do. But maybe there was a reason why Donald Trump was still up at 4 a.m., 3 hours after all the festivities on the White House lawn ended. And it's likely because he was filmed falling asleep during the UFC match. Poor little sleepy Don just couldn't stay awake. It was real late into the night, so he took a little power nap during the fight so that he could stay up all night shitposting on Truth Social. Makes total sense, right? But let's also talk about the most disgusting thing that happened at this trailer trash event. Joshua Hokit. I don't care if that's how you pronounce his name, whatever, that's how it's spelled phonetically, so that's how I'm going to say it. Joshua Hokit, one of the UFC fighters who unfortunately did win his match. When he was done, he got the microphone and he said, "Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?" And the crowd was a mix of cheers and boos. But Michelle Obama is a man. And while he said those words, right after he said them, CNN's camera cut to Donald Trump, and you could see him smiling at that comment. Now, there are several things that I now hope happen. First and foremost, and I know they're not going to start this fight because they don't let things like this get under their skin, but the first thing I would like to see happen is for Michelle Obama to file a $10 billion defamation lawsuit mirroring Donald Trump's favorite number, 10 billion, against Joshua Hokit and take every dime that he's ever earned or will ever earn for the rest of his life, leaving him destitute and living on the streets. He has no First Amendment right to make a statement like that in a venue like that, in a forum like that, as a statement of fact. He didn't say it as an opinion. He said it as a statement of fact. This would be the most easily winnable lawsuit. It would be over in 5 effing seconds. And that man would be left with nothing forever. And that's still more than he deserves. She would win that lawsuit. That is textbook slander defamation. She would win it. The second thing is that I hope that the next time Mr. Hokit goes into the ring, his opponent beats him so badly that he leaves on a stretcher and never gets off it. I'm not saying I want him to die by any stretch. I want him to live a very, very, very long life. I just want him to be bedridden for the remainder of it. I mean, it's ultimate fighting. It's not out of the realm of possibility. That is a thing that can, in fact, happen to fighters. And I hope it does. And even that is still too good for this piece of human garbage that Donald Trump brought onto the White House lawn, defiling any good thing that has ever come from that piece of property. So when I say, as I have in the past, that when Trump leaves office, I want the entire property torn down, it's because of things like this. That statement that this piece of trash, which is what he is trash, and I'm struggling so hard to not say certain words right now. I don't think you guys understand the level of restraint I am exercising right now. But let me say, that statement is now a part of the history of the White House. It's there. It exists now. So tear it all down. Tear down the entire legacy. Get rid of it and rebuild it. I'm fine with my tax dollars going towards that. I don't care what it costs, but do it. The whole thing has to go. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.